Alright, Schlockmeister fans. From the 10 Nights of Terror compilation, we're going to watch, I believe, a public domain movie, but it's a classic. It's called Carnival of Souls. Let's check it out.
Look, boy, look what we got here. Hey, you want to drag, huh?
Our movie starts with a drag race. 3 girls. And as our cars cross a bridge, they have a little accident. They search for survivors, but it's too late.
3 hours. Yeah, not sure where to find that car now. Just saying, with that current, we may never find it.
But then, out of the blue, Mary Henry comes out of the water, apparently fine.
It's Mary Henry. Are you all right?
The only survivor. Anyway, some time has passed and she's now just driving down the road. And then she looks over to her right and sees that. Anyway, she continues to live her life, and here she is moving into a new apartment.
Each room's got its own private bathroom, too. You can take all the baths you want.
She gets a job as a church organist.
If they say I'm a fine organist, that should be enough, shouldn't it?
Well, yes, of course. We'll let it go at that for the time being.
One day she's just practicing, and in the back of the church, that's that ghostly image she saw in her car window. Later on in her apartment building,
Who's the man in the hall? Me? Oh, you must mean Mr. Linden. He has the room across the hall. No, I need the other one. There is no other.
at one point she meets a guy.
Like I said, I hate to leave.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Mr. Linden, but I'm sure you have to get to work.
Why don't you?
No, I have the whole day free for shopping.
Here she is trying on some clothes in a store. Now you notice in the changing room there,
I believe I'll have you deliver the dress if you don't mind.
the screen image got a little wavy.
I did say I'd take it.
And when that happens in the movie, she's suddenly invisible to everybody.
What is it?
That man!
I didn't mean any harm. I just stopped to get a drink.
She goes to see a doctor, a psychiatrist, I think.
Look what can happen in a high fever or following a serious emotional shock.
Doesn't seem possible that I could have imagined all of it.
Does this man, this figure, resemble anyone you've ever known?
At one point, she seems to be drawn to this, like, amusement park, which appears to be abandoned. Notice it was right next to a body of water, and there seem to be some visitors coming from that water. And she sees them dancing very quickly, very fast. But they do stop. To pursue her. Here she is on a date.
I said, how could I? You're my date, you know. Said you didn't seem to enjoy my company much.
Watch the reflection in the mirror. She decides it's time to leave town.
I can't refund none of your week's rent when you go off like that.
She ends up in a bus station, and the screen got wavy again, and of course she cannot be seen.
When does the next bus leave? I must get on.
Seen or heard. She decides to simply hop on a bus, and then this. Right off the bus. She goes to see her doctor again. And then she's back in her car. She ends up again at that abandoned carnival. Amusement park. Where the ghouls once again arise from the water. After yet another dance, they pursue her again. Since we're getting towards the end of the film, I think they're going to catch her this time. The next day, the police follow the footprints.
The car's still over there, and then the footprints leading up to here. And then nothing.
And then we go back to when they fished that car out of the water, and guess who's in it? Alright, let's talk about Carnival of Souls. Yes, this is not the real box for Carnival of Souls. I believe it's been released on some nice DVDs and Blu-rays, but it's also been in the public domain forever. So I have this on multiple compilations, I believe, including this 10 Nights of Terror thing here. I saw this movie originally back in the mid-90s. My fellow Schlockmeister Jeff had the movie, borrowed it from him, watched it. Didn't really think a whole lot of it at the time. However, I have since seen it twice. Actually, once about a month, actually maybe 4 weeks ago, and again today. So decided to review it. So, and I do like the movie, actually. It's much better than I thought. It's kind of been now regarded kind of as a cult classic. Wasn't all that successful at the box office. However, it gained a lot of notoriety when it would play on television, late night TV, you know, horror shows, spook shows, that sort of thing, and developed a cult status over the years. So what we got here is a movie. At the beginning of the movie, there's two people in two cars drag racing. One car is full of 3 girls. The other car, I think it had some mixture of boys and girls. Anyway, the car with the girls goes off a bridge and falls into the water, and 2 of the girls die. A third one, Mary, played by our star, Karen Hill, I guess, or something like that is her name, I'm not sure. She comes out of the water, and she's apparently okay. But then she notices as she lives her life over the next days, weeks or so, that things are a little weird. She starts seeing these ghostly people. There's one guy with a really white face. And there are times when it seems like she's invisible. Like she's in a store and she was talking to the clerk about trying on some clothes, that sort of thing. When she comes out of the dressing room, the clerk can't see her. It's like she's invisible. She tries to buy a bus ticket at one point and nobody can see her. But then there's other times where she is there. Now, I guess the whole crux of this movie is she actually really died in that car accident when she fell off the bridge. The other girls died right away. But maybe she did or she didn't die. I guess it's hard to know. She looks like she died, but somehow she's still living. And she keeps running into these ghostly zombie type people, and they're sometimes stalking her, chasing her. and it's kind of like they're dead and they need to bring her back to the dead side or something like that. I don't quite know exactly what's going on, but ultimately there's a couple times she's drawn to this abandoned amusement park, a carnival, I guess you could say, Carnival of Souls. She goes back there a second time near the end of this movie and she sees all the ghosts like dancing around, which is really kind of a creepy scene. Then they start chasing her, and the next thing you know, they catch her, and then she's like gone near the end of the movie. I guess that's kind of abruptly cut it short there, but yeah, it's like they catch her. The police find some footprints and stuff, and then they just kind of stop, and they are confused too. And then she's gone, and I guess we're presumed that she's gone off to the other side, whatever that may be. That's Carnival of Souls. Anyway, it's filmed on a really, really cheap budget, 1962. I think the director paid, or I think it was $35,000 budget. He made it. It was filmed partially in Kansas, somewhere in Kansas, like Lecompte, Kansas, something like that, and also in near Salt Lake City. In fact, where the water was near the end there, I've actually been to that exact location. The place that is shown in the movie, I guess, was rebuilt, and then the lake rose and drowned that place out, and they've rebuilt a small music location where some bands can play. And I've actually been to that location, and I took a leak there actually a couple years ago. We stopped there, and all these little bugs right by the Salt Lake. It was really disgusting. But anyway, where that was filmed, I was there. So, and there was also some scenes from downtown Salt Lake as well, like the Capitol building we could saw. Another place I've been actually. So, but anyway, the movie itself, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty creepy. I love the soundtrack. I love some of the shadowing that happens in this movie. Just the whole, it just sets this really creepy vibe, this creepy mode, and I really dig that. So, yeah, that's about it. Now, this movie fell into the public domain, so the director didn't make a whole lot from this after the fact. And they remade this movie in 1998. I have not seen it, so I don't know anything about it, if it's any good or not. But this one's pretty darn good. You can get this movie anywhere. It's on all kinds of compilations. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's got a nice release now, and I'll leave a link to that one down below if you're looking for it. But I'm sure you can get it super, super cheap, too. Even on this 10 Nights of Terror, the quality is actually pretty darn good, considering some of the quality that shows up on these types of compilations, these public domain movies. But anyway, that's it. Carnival of Souls. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. Watch it. Bye.